back a couple days later. I ended up not going with this. I got a couple different things I tried. First, I tried a 64 gig compact flash card. Leviton, the one I showed you the other day, 64 gigs. It doesn't work for crap. It works, you can partition the drive, but it's like extremely slow. I'm talking 30 minutes to boot the machine. So then I bought off of eBay this thing. It is a micro SD 64 gig right here, PNY, to compact flash. This works okay also, but I can't get Apple to load a driver for the hard drive. I tried FWB hard disk toolkit. I've tried a couple other things. They don't work. So I ended up buying a 32 gig, this is a 4, trancend, which I know work natively with the Mac because of built-in driver support or something like that. I don't know. So this one works fine. I tried OS 9. I tried everything. I couldn't get it to load off the discs that I have. My discs are apparently scratched or fingerprints or bed burns. So I ended up putting the iMac Restore CD in. We're back to 851, but it works fine. It's fast. I have enough space. Now what I did was I did partition this one about 7.5 gig, and the remaining drive is 22 gig on this one. Like I said, this is a 32 gig card. I'm still going to do some 64 gig stuff with this. I just wanted to see if it would work. I knew this would work. I just got tired of booting and not having it load. So I imaged this on that Mac and just took a couple DMG and sparse bundle files and cloned this. I gotta bless the system folder. If you have Mac OS Classic, you'll know what I'm talking about. You drag the suitcase file in and out of the system folder, and it puts a little Mac face on it, and then it blesses it. So that makes it bootable, but for some reason this doesn't accept good hard disk drivers. I gotta try some FWB, some other things. I even tried formatting it, partitioning it on the newer, this is Sierra, and it's a different format. Like it's Mac OS extended, but it's not journalized, or it'll do standard volume. It's Apple partition table. This is a Power PC, not an Intel. So a little bit of differences. Anyway, long story short, I did get it booting. It runs fine. I was gonna put OS 9 on it. I had the 9.1 update. I have to find OS 9, and okay, we'll take it. So I found one of my old Mac OS 9 CDs, and I was pretty beat up. I wiped it down the best I could. I stuck it in the newer machine and used toast, made a disk image of it, burned it onto a newer disk, and it was fine. So now we're installing OS 9. It has 12 minutes remaining. I'm going to blip out. We'll come back and it'll be OS 9. You know, at least compact flash, aka solid state. I mean, it's fast enough for this thing. It's, you know, this one's 500 megahertz, but 333 megahertz normally. So 8 minutes left. We'll come back, we'll blip and see what we get. Here we go. OS 9. The install went great. Fresh, just cheesy media. That's a little bit 9.1 update. This is so much faster than that old hard drive that was in there. It's crazy. Okay, so it just finished. It took about 4 minutes. Here we go. We're booting. Here we go. Let's see. It's going to run the setup assistant again, which I'm going to quit and forget you. And now we are 9.1. So let me try and download 9.2, and then we're going to go with the dual boot OS 10/classic mode. So in 15 minutes, we will have a 479 meg file copy. 15 minutes, folks, yes. 479 megs. Takes 15 minutes. This is another day. Mac OS 9.2.2. This is OS 10, which has to be on the first 8 megs of a partition. So we're going to reboot into the CD to install Mac OS 10.3 on this iMac, which used to be a 333, which is now a Sonnet 500 megahertz. Look, America Online, Instant Messenger. So let me skip ahead to when this thing's finished, because it's just a normal install. Continue, next, done. I forgot to uncheck all the languages like a stupid head. So it's been taking another hour. Anyway, while I was waiting, I'm digging through my boxes underneath the stairs here, which is my collection of various PC and Apple products for the past 30 years. And I recalled that I used to use SCSI devices in a burner when I had this iMac brand new in 98, 99. And I remembered by looking in this tote of my discs that there was this thing called Microtech USB Express SCSI. Well, for classic Mac, this OS 10 wasn't out yet. There was this Microtech SCSI DB50 to USB. I used to use it all the time. So I also found this thing, which is a it's the external hard drive for my other Quadra LC 575 underneath. So I thought, I wonder if I can get this working. I also found my original Yamaha 4416 CD burner, which works. But I'm going to use my aux 2 here to look at this conversion. So I have Centronics 50, right, with a terminator, to DB25. DB25, let me plug this in. DB25, whoa, I'm going to lay this on its side, to HD50 male, female to female HD50 converter into the female or the male of the USB Express SCSI. It's a lot of conversion, but I'm going to plug that sucker in when this gets done booting. But I do want to make sure that this drive works. So I know the CD-ROM works. This has not been powered on in probably 20-something years. I can't push the button. There we go. Listen to that. Can you hear it? Green light. SCSI hard drive. This thing up here. Let me turn this off. This is a lift this up and it gives you the ID for the SCSI right here. So yeah, this says 3 minutes. It's processing Swedish. So I'm going to have to run monolingual on it and strip all the other languages out when this reboots. I'm going to let it boot into OS 10, set up my username and password. Make sure I can get to my shares. If not, I got the FTP share that I can use with Fetch or any other compatible. There we go. Here's the setup. Skip it, man. I see welcome. Oh. Welcome to OS 10 Panther, getting started. We're all used to this kind of setup. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit without it getting crappy. Alright, United States, US. Do I want a free trial account with Earthlink? I use my existing internet service. I'm on Ethernet. Yep. Get.Mac, I'll set that up later. I don't think it works anymore. Anyway, so, oh, I can't send my registrations. Philadelphia, I don't care. Eastern time zone, 8:24, 8:25 p.m. Don't forget to register. Done. Okay, so we're booted. My hard drive's still on. I need to plug this thing in. I don't think this is going to work. Wow, look at that, guys. So, boom chakalaka. Skip my registration here. We're going to first go to System Preferences and turn the daggone dock bar off. Or down. Dock size can be small. We'll do magnification, really big. Fine. Doesn't know what Xserve 2 is. 192.168.1.2. Whoops. .168.1.2. Yes. Boom, there's all the shares. We're going to go to apps. I'll have 2 apps. We're going to list this in lists. We're going to grab monolingual. I'm running this off the DMG. I'm not even doing it. So it's going through my everything and removing the language. Let me let this run. I'm going to cut back to classic mode. We're going to plug this thing in and see what we get. Okay. So, oh shit, can't see. I got the drive working. It is a Quantum Fireball. I don't even see this. Quantum Fireball 1080. Looks like a 1 gigabyte drive. Based on what it says here. 2.2 megs of 1 gigabyte. So this whole massive drive is 1 gigabyte. And you can see the Express SCSI storage doohickey doing its thing down here. See how it's blinking away? What I did was I plugged it into the CD-ROM and I did that weird daisy chain of crap. Mounting drive, here it is. Here's the Apple Drive. Look at that old icon. And there's nothing on the hard drive. Awesome sauce. Let me copy a couple things to it and see how it works. Like Silver Lining. Adaptor toast. USB 1.1 speeds, 11 meg per second. So anyway, guys, that is a solid state Apple Macintosh. Originally a 333, is a 500 with classic and 10.3 Panther and a CD-ROM over USB via SCSI. I'm done. That's all I'm doing for now. I'll load it up full apps. I can browse my network again in Classic via FTP, and I can browse my network in OS X. So that's it, guys, for this episode of Chris and his crap. So thanks for watching, and I don't know if this is going to help anybody, but it's fun for me. So that's it until next time. It's going to be one long edit. Thanks for watching. Take care.